Hey folks, in some of my previous videos I've talked about which prophecy rewards are worth doing, and in this video I'm going to touch a little bit on which events are actually worth taking. So recent development is that EHG has confirmed that corruption does affect the LP from prophecies. There was a little bit of confusion on this before, but this came from EHG Mike, so it seems to be a pretty good source on that. With that being said, if you are somebody who is pushing high corruption, what that means for you is that it's probably worth only doing your unique prophecies in your highest corruption timeline so that you have the most chance of getting LP. If you're not super high in corruption, it probably doesn't matter that much, so you can still do dungeons and stuff. But otherwise, definitely try to focus on monoliths for that. With that being said, we'll jump over to the event sheet, and I've put together a tool that will help you find your prophecies, either the location by event or event by location. So here you can select the timeline and it will tell you which events you can complete in that timeline. So here I have Reign of Dragon selected. You can see here there's the boss, the Diamond Matron, the timeline boss itself, the mages, Scorpion, and so on. If we change this to the Black Sun, you can see here is the elusive Void Horror. And we change again, and you can see the monsters change. So these are all the events. Rather than trying to find out yourself where they are, you can just use this little drop down here, and it will help you determine what enemies you can get done. I have the same tool here for dungeons. So you can see as you change these, it will tell you the events that can be completed, and then arena is here. And then here is the inverse of that. So we have event selected here. So if you're curious where certain events can be completed, you can just select here from the event, and it will tell you all the locations. That information is all pulled from this sheet that Typecast put together, and this will have all of the complete information that you're looking for. So here you can see it's all the encyclopedia of each different event and all the details on it. There's also some notes here. For example, Void Horrors spawning from beacons do not count, and some tips here on how you can get some of these events in different ways. For example, the timeline quest for Stolen Lance has some guaranteed siege golems. I don't actually recommend doing that unless this is your high corruption timeline, but it's still probably going to be tedious because you're killing one at a time. Probably not super optimal, but it is an option. And there's a lot of tips like that on helping you find all the different monsters, but in general, this tool should be pretty useful, so hopefully that helps. And yeah, it's a bit of a short one today, so cheers, folks.